A real ID. Now you wonder, what's a real ID? I thought I had a real ID. I went to the DMV and got a real ID. Well, no, according to what a real ID is after 9/11, it's supposed to look like this. And you say, well, it looks just like my ID. Well, no, look at the top. You see that gold star? If your ID don't have that, you don't have a real ID. And where the concept came from is, after the tragedy of the World Trade Center, that many people think that was, it was somebody that conspiracy theorists said that, it don't look right, that it looks like, it was an inside job, the way it came down, and you can look at that on your own. But after this, the government said we need to have a surveillance of all our citizens. And so they made a bill. In May of 2005, the Real ID Act of 2005, and it's the HR 1268 PL 109-13, which includes the Real ID Act. Now, this Real ID is in multiple phases, and you look at the phases on your screen. It's supposed to have been fully enforced on all of these days. Now, you have some states that have extensions and things like that, but this Real ID is, they want to take a digital photocopy of your face, and so put it in a government database. So no longer will we have just state ID. We are federal IDs. They are federal IDs, which, according to everything that I see, is by 2020, if you don't have your ID, you won't be able to, travel. You won't be able to go into government buildings, and so we at the last phase 4, where it says air travel, and it's supposed to be fully enforced, but no extensions after 2020, so everybody must have it by 2020. And, it says we began in 2014, that's when it started, and they sent out letters to every state telling them that they had to get this done. And what are the implications? Well, you would need this to get a passport to fly in the States. If you don't have it, you can't fly on commercial planes, or you can't go into government buildings. And so, they want to track everybody. They want to surveil everybody. See, these are the states in green that's compliant. The ones in the yellow, they not compliant yet. They have an extension. But you see, almost all of the countries are already compliant. And you say, well, I never heard of this. Yeah, you didn't. But this is, they want to have everybody face in the system. If you think about China, they have a social thing where they have everybody facing the system, and they can track you anywhere you go, wherever you go, and know all the information about you and everything. And so this comes a lot. Well, what about privacy? Well, we done bypassed all that, because it's been almost 10, 12, 13 years, and this has been flying over the radar. But now we have a last chance to get these IDs by 2020, or you're going to be restricted for a lot of stuff. And this is just another thing for control. And so, and like I said, this is for another tool to control, to surveil. And now we all mandated to have. There's a whole lot of things that's gonna occur in 2020. They talking about autonomous cars and 2020 Paris Agreement. There's a whole lot of things. And so, leave y'all comments. And I got a short video right after this that, the technology is being sold by people like Amazon.
Amazon now facing privacy questions over government surveillance. Dozens of civil rights groups calling on the retail giant to stop selling facial recognition technology to law enforcement organizations. The ACLU says Amazon is selling the technology to help authorities identify suspects in surveillance videos. Joining us right now to talk more about that is Fox senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, good to see you.
Good morning.
What do you think of this?
I think they're complaining to the wrong people. They ought to complain to the government. I mean, this is technology. And if Amazon doesn't sell, Amazon's the seller, it's not the manufacturer, so someone's going to sell it to them. 25 yards from where we are now, there are so many surveillance cameras. The city council didn't vote to put them there. The state legislature didn't vote to put them there. The police just put them there. Whether it's good or bad, there's no input from elected representatives.
So who? The police just put them there?
Yeah, the police negotiate with the owners of the building. We need to pay you for a little bit of space on your building to put a device up there that will let us see 360. There's no legislation that authorizes this. This is done surreptitiously. There should be transparency, and the people's representatives should vote. Do you want to live in a society where you are watched 24/7 because you think it will keep you safer? This is not Amazon's fault, and it's not technology's fault. It's the government's fault for permitting this to happen.
Yeah.
I come down on the civil liberties side, but I recognize the safety argument as well, and it should be a public debate. It shouldn't be a fiat from the cops.
As I understand it, the government has a library of facial recognition.
Oh, yes.
A library.
Well, the particular
tens of thousands.
The particular facial recognition we're talking about could take a picture of a couple hundred people at Yankee Stadium and then just type in Maria Bartiromo. Boom! If you're in that picture,
there's my picture.
There's not only your picture, but everything they need to know about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly right.
And every place you have been in New York City in the fill-in-the-blank hours preceding the photograph. Do we want to live in a Stasi-like environment?
Isn't it too late, though, Judge? I think we are. I think we're here.
Well, it's not too late. It's not too late to have a debate about how this happened. It requires money to keep these things operating. The legislature could turn off the spigot, or the people could decide.
Yeah.
It's worth not having privacy in order to make the cops' ability to track bad people easier.